Chapter 9 of our textbook, dealing with interpersonal relationships, includes a table which compares movement through relationship stages, leading either toward or away from intimacy. I have a friend whose marriage unfortunately declined through the stages of this table to dissolution of the union. At one time, my friend was very happily married until her husband was in a horrible accident. Being prescribed potent pain medications for an extended period of time, he became addicted. Following recovery, his avenue for legally obtaining the drugs ended, but his desire for their effects did not. Subsequently, he turned to street drugs. At first, my friend had no idea what was going on, as his behavior did not change right away. But the more he did these drugs, the more he wanted them. The first signs of trouble came as her husband began coming home late without calling, and not showing up on time, if at all, for other engagements, therefore showing less involvement in the relationship, as well as breaking relationship rules, and showing a disregard for her feelings. When she tried to talk to him about it, she would catch him in lie after lie. This led to distrust and tension in the relationship. Then one day, while doing laundry, she happened upon undeniable proof of his activities. As she tried to discuss the problem with him and attempted to persuade him to get help, deep penetration occurred as his lies persisted. Her frequent questioning of him, coupled with an accusatory tone, further led to a decrease in breadth and depth of conversation. Her husband's dependency grew to the point of him selling possessions in order to afford the drugs, and even led to his depleting joint assets, resulting in a decrease of rewards and profits for my friend, as well as an increase in cost as she found herself consistently bearing the burden of responsibility in all of their finances. It was at this point that the attractiveness of her spouse significantly decreased in her perception, and a lack of intimacy escalated. My friend was definitely underbenefited, and inequities grew as her husband bore no responsibility for anything, as if either knowing she would take care of everything, or just not caring whether commitments were met or not. There followed an increase in negative face needs for him, as he just wanted to be left alone to do his drugs whenever and wherever he wanted, without being bothered with questions or having to answer to anyone. At the same time, there was an increase in positive face needs for my friend, as she was extremely worried about how his actions would reflect on her and how she would be perceived by others. The situation grew intolerable as the two conflicting needs further polarized the couple. Politeness and civility ceased in the relationship as arguments and resentment increased until my friend finally gave up and sought out a dissolution of the relationship through the avenue of divorce. The demise of this marriage demonstrates the negative aspects of movement along the relationship stages, as predicted by relationship theories, as extremely accurate in correlation with this unfortunate individual case.